Now I'm going to go through the analysis section on what I was looking for. Just so you know, this will include a full solution to the problem, so if you're still racking your brain on it and want to try to figure it out on your own and get to that number, then check back. That would be fine. But I'm going to go through a full solution here, so here we go. The first key thing you need to show or need to know in your analysis section is this. There are 8 handshakes at most for any one person. Okay, now you can't just say that and have it be true. You also need to convince whoever's reading your paper that it is true. So one of the ways you could do that would be to talk about no one shakes their own hand. And no one shakes their partner's hand. Okay, since everyone there is in a couple, no one shakes their own hand, no one shakes their partner's hand. There were 10 people. I just got rid of 2 of them. So 8 is the most handshakes that any one person can have. Okay, so you need 8 handshakes at the most, and you need Y. Okay, the next thing that I think you need is each party goer shook exactly one of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 hands. And this I can get from the fact that, well, 8 is the max, so here are my options. Okay, great. Now I want each number in this set, you don't have to use a set, but in this set, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the number of handshakes of exactly one non-mic party goer. Okay, you need that. You need it to be the case that everybody there shook 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 hands, and the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 correspond to exactly one party goer. Each person, or each number in there, corresponds to one person. And how do we know that? This is because of Mike's survey. Okay, because of Mike's survey, I know that each of those numbers is the number of handshakes of exactly one person there who's not Mike. Okay, what do I need to know next? Next, I want to know a person who shook 8 hands must be in a couple with a person who shook 0 hands. Okay, again, you can't just state these things in black. We need to show why. And to show why for this one, I'm actually going to draw a little picture. So I'm going to draw a picture. I hate drawing pictures on the smartboard, but here I go. I'm going to draw a dot for each person at this party. Okay, so there are my 10 dots. Suppose that this is the person that shook 8 hands. That means they shook hands with 8 of the people here. I'm going to draw lines for them. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They shook those 8 people's hands. Let's focus for a second on 0 over here. This person has 0 handshakes. They're the only person there that could possibly have 0 handshakes because I just said 8 shook hands with everybody else already, which 8 needs that many handshakes, so they must have. 0 can't shake hands with anyone else because if they do, they'll have at least 1 handshake, and then I won't have anyone with 0 handshakes. So they must be the person with 0. Now, I need you to know 8 didn't know anyone except 0 when they arrived. Why? Because they shook hands with everyone else, and people shake hands with people they do not know. That means that 8 didn't know anyone except 0 when they arrived, which can only lead to the conclusion 8 and 0 are a couple. All right, 8 and 0 must be a couple because the only person that shook 8 hands knew when they got there was 0. Couples know each other, so 8 and 0 are a couple. Cool. Let's see if I can make this happen for me. Easy. All right. So the next thing that I want to show is that 7 and 1, or a person who shook 7 hands and a person who shook 1 hand, are a couple. When I look at my picture here, I notice that 0 is done and 8 is done. Let's get a 7 on here. Here's my person who shook 7 hands. I'm going to draw in those handshakes. I'm just going to have them shake hands with everyone here. Sorry, before I do that, notice that 7 already has 1 handshake, and 7 can't shake hands with 0. 0's already shaken as many hands as they can, and 7 already, we noted, shook with 8, so I need 6 more. So I'm going to draw 6 more lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now 7 has 7 handshakes. And this person right here has 1 handshake. They are the only person that has only 1 handshake still. So they must be the one with 1 handshake. So they are done. They have all their handshakes. Also, 7 didn't shake with the person who had 0 and the person who now has 1 handshake. That means that 7 must be in a couple, or must be, in a couple with either 0 or 1. I know it's not 0 because 0 and 8 are in a couple. That means the only person 7 knew when they got there, eligible to be their partner, was 1. So 7 and 1 are a couple. Okay, let's continue this idea. Let's go for our next 2 together. So I want to convince you, or I want you to convince me next, a 6 and a 2 are a couple, and a 5 and a 3 are a couple. Now that I've drawn 7's handshakes here, I'm going to move on to 6. So here's 6. 6 already is shaking hands with 7 and 8, so he has 2. He needs 4 more. I'm just going to draw them 1, 2, 3, 4 to those people. Okay, 6 is done. This person who he didn't shake with has 2 handshakes now, and he must be my person with 2 handshakes. Just like on the last 7 and 1, 6 didn't shake with 0, 1, or 2. 0's already coupled off. We know 0 and 8 came together. 1's already coupled off. We know 1 and 7 came together. That means 6 and 2 are a couple. All right. Let's keep going. If I move along to 5, 5 has already shaken hands with 6, 7, 8, so that's 3. He needs 2 more. Let's say it's these 2 people that he shakes with. This person has 3 now. They must be my person with 3, so they're done. Sorry, I got the wrong color check mark there. So they're done. I just finished 5, so he's done. By this similar reasoning, 5 didn't shake with 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0, 1, and 2 are already spoken for, so 5 and 3 must be a couple. Okay, we are getting really close to everything you would need to say to convince me that or to give me your answer and then convince me your answer is right. Let me just grab this so I don't have to draw it again. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to say is the 2 people left are a couple, and they both shook 4 hands. The part about them being a couple, I hope, is clear because everyone else in the party already is coupled off. 8's with 0, 7's with 1, 6 is with 2, 5 is with 3. There are only 2 people left, so they must be a couple. Okay. The reason that I say they only shook 4 hands, let's pick one of them here. This person's shaken 4 hands. Maybe they're the person who shook 4 hands then. That's not Mike. Or maybe they're Mike. I don't know. But either way, I need one of them to have 4 handshakes. Let's say it's this one. That means they're done. And now when I look at this other person, when I look at the only other person left here, they can't shake any more hands. If that person shakes even one person's hand, the number of that other person will go up. For example, they can't shake the person with 0's hands because if this handshake is here, 0 no longer has 0 handshakes. They have 1. Okay, in the similar way, they can't shake 4's hand because, well, 1, they're a couple, and 2, that would make that 4 or 5, and I wouldn't have anyone with 4 handshakes. So they can't shake any more hands, which means that they have 4 handshakes. Okay, now, here's my next thing. Mike is one of the 4s. Mike has to be one of the 4s because everyone except Mike shook a different number of hands. So, he's one of the 4s because he is the only one who can have a duplicate number. All right, we're almost there. We're ready to say our conclusion. Therefore, Dominique has 4 handshakes. How do I know that? I know that because Mike's partner has 4 handshakes, right? The 2 4s are partners. Mike is one of the 4s, so his partner is also a 4. And from the way beginning, Dominique and Mike are a couple. So Dominique and Mike share 4 handshakes here. They both have 4 handshakes. Okay, so for your analysis section, I was looking for all of those things in black, basically, and some explanation as to why. So if we just quick summarize here, I need you 8 handshakes at most. Everybody shook some number of hands, 0 to 8. Each number from 0 to 8 has someone who shook that number of hands, who's not Mike. The person with 8 had 0 or was coupled with the person with 0. The person with 7 was coupled with the person with 1. Many of you said the argument continues there to get 6 and 2 and 5 and 3. No problem with that. And then the 2 people left both shook 4 hands. Mike is one of them, and Dominique is the other, is his partner. That's what you need for that analysis section. Thanks for listening.